And then I just want to make sure the sound.
Yeah, you're
You're behind the wall. Check, baby. Check, check, check.
yeah, they can go off.
The few.
I got my car.
Our center.
You're on.
But then we got the Jags 12U.
I don't know how you're gonna have a one game at 1:30. The Steelers.
No.
pretty solid.
Are we starting at 6?
What? They're gonna let you pitch the ball.
Yeah, you're.
Just do this.
That's the equivalent of a.
I would pitch it all the way.
Because you can't.
You have your quarterback here. He just has to know. Pitch.
I like it. I'm turning. After my game, whether
It's Facebook.
oh
It's
no,
not
once
real.
I start drinking. All right. Well,
Oh, you're admitting it now. to the
Are we
to
gonna
the
start
school
with
system.
Steve and you?
You hungry?
Right. No. Just keep me a can.
I'm drinking, dude. Shout
I have 7 no. I don't care.
I mean,
On a different mic. Yeah, you're on. Hello, everybody, and to the Marion County NFL Flag playoff preview show. Say that real fast. Something. Caitlin, Matt Mosier, the GOAT. Maddie, let me find your microphone. How are you tonight?
I'm good, man.
That's the wrong mic. Now try.
You got me now?
I think so. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
some feedback there.
All kinds of stuff going on here. We are live at the Ocala Golf Club right here on Silver Springs Boulevard. It's going to be a fun night, Matt. Going to be joined by a bunch of coaches, including John Ivory. And here, there was zero chance he was going to make it. Yeah, that's right. How are you, Matty?
I'm good.
We've done this. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Think about the playoffs. It's win or go home. I've seen win the tournaments. I've seen undefeated teams lose. Back to last year, you did the big upset with Seahawks beating the 10U Jags in the.
Was it really an upset? Both
I mean,
teams were undefeated.
in my opinion, it was an upset. I think I would never say Rob Allen outcoached anybody, but I think maybe in that scenario he did. We had that game, and then if you remember a couple years ago too, you had Max Sanford, Caleb Sanford's Cowboys beat Ray Fillmore's Raider team.
That was a big upset.
That was a huge upset
because they played and the Raiders. Almost a mercy rule,
right?
And the Cowboys Coach, they came with a great game.
And I tell you, at the end, after that game, Fillmore to me showed some class. Remember, he handed out the but yeah, throw the records out the window. It's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, and it should be a lot of fun. I think we're going to be broadcasting, 12 games over the weekend, trying to get every Super Bowl, not possible to do all of them, but a lot of the championship games as well as the Super Bowls. And I think the entire season's been really good. I mean, you look at some of the divisions, and we'll focus a lot on the girls tonight. I think bringing in the girls for the first time, allowing them it's been remarkable.
And I think by John in the league, kind of separating the rec teams, which we'll get into some controversy on that, my opinions on that. But I think John and Steve and the board kind of separating the rec from the comp teams. That's brought in just kind of tighter competition. Some of those rec games are really close this year. I think the girls' games are really close.
What I have found is separating those rec and comp division this year.
Actually really helped out the rec more.
Some of the kids in that division
get stuck on teams, as teams.
And now they have an opportunity to really shine,
get the ball up
Get more reps.
More games.
And compete for championships. And not that we're trying to lessen one division versus another.
Both divisions are equal opportunity
To go out there and win a championship, get all pro nominations and MVPs and all that good stuff.
I actually think Divine worked out
A lot better for rec than it has for comp.
Yep.
Because in comp, there's still a lot of imbalance, with the exception of I think 10U. 10U is pretty stacked across the board.
10U is by far and away the deepest division, the most competitive
and
division.
6U.
We'll talk about that.
6U.
6U is 6U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the 10U as well, 10 and 12U. When you travel, those are the premier leagues. Those are I don't know why they put the 14U game. It has the lowest turnout. 14U
Correct.
typically does. Put the 12U game on there. Put the 10U game on. Those
agreed, because that's where the parents
and the games
are much
are closer
more
and more exciting. Yeah, for sure.
And that division of talent isn't as great. So John Ivory, president of NFL Flag, is joining us. If you don't know John, you haven't been paying attention. John, kind of give your view of this season from sitting in your way as Greg Pauk was just going to stand right in front of a camera.
Thanks a lot. I did.
You did that right in front of the camera.
Yeah. By the way, that's how you can tell he's a former radio guy. He was born before the TV was. John, talk about this season thus far. I mean, tomorrow night league. Talk a little bit about the State of the Union address of Marion County NFL Flag.
Oh wow. Okay. So State of the Union address.
All right, this was our biggest season yet.
Our numbers ended up, actually, I saw the numbers. We ended up with 812
On rosters.
That last year we were at 695, but this was our 9th year under operation.
Back in 2015.
50 kids spread out amongst 3 different age groups, and we did.
Back then we did it by grade. We had
Through 2nd grade,
And
3rd grade through 5th grade. And then
let me interrupt John here. So Coach Rush, rest in peace. He had the league NLK in 40 there. And
Flag League.
yeah, so John comes in, teams up with MCY. We have 12 kids set up. So the first guy, I couldn't stand him. I'm like, dude, I got 12 kids. He's like, whoa, we only have a 10-man roster. I'm like, dude, I have 12 kids signed up. Can I? Well, you got to be there. So we had all this stuff. Couldn't stand him. And then guess what? Did one season, come back the next year. John, I'm going to have another team this year. So, at the start, I didn't like him. But as you saw the things that John and Steve were doing to, move the league forward and everything like that, I was like, yeah, man, they actually had a plan and execute it. Didn't mean
as time went on, the awards got better.
Actually, KP over there, I think he still has his first ever Super Bowl trophy.
5x7 glass.
And eventually, we had to get our registration fees up a little bit so we could afford better trophies and better awards. So tomorrow night's our big deal where we're going to be at the World Equestrian Center. And last year was the first year we did it there, and it really went over well with the community.
It's amazing.
And all
It
the
was an
parents.
incredible event.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And again, this is free to the public if you want to go and watch. I know I talked to Steve yesterday. There's something like 100 and something PowerPoint flowers. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Fortunately, we try to tell all of our coaches to go get
That's Matt, 8U competitive. I pushed the button. We should be live on Facebook. Let me know if we are or not. It's about a 30-second delay. I'll wait 30 seconds. But we are live, Matty.
Yeah.
Ocala Golf Club, talking about the 8U competitive division, and you feel this is going to be a runaway.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals are just more organized. I mean, the Texans team was part of that Saints team for tackle, and I mean, at the end of the year, they still, the Pee Wee Canes. By the end of the year, they still didn't know, the kids didn't know how to line up for kickoffs and kick returns. So I just don't feel they're as organized as what John and his staff are doing. So, yeah, I'm going to have to, this to me is the one division that is going to be a runaway, in my opinion.
Now, can you upload this to the?
Yeah, later, just on one camera.
Okay, so we'll just if it's not live, we'll upload it.
Oh, it's live. According to this, it says I'm live. But here we are. We're Facebook. John Ivory, head coach for this 8U Comp Bengals.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, Johnny?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. I was doing great
getting
until
to do-
you
I'm-
made me mess up the feed.
Yeah.
Ah, God, I didn't mess it. It was already messed up.
No, it was fine. I could have uploaded. I told you I could have uploaded it later.
Yeah.
Now I
I
got
think
one
I think we
camera.
had a good thing going, and John came in
John
and just
Ivory
spearheaded it.
ruined it. So, John, who do you got with you tonight?
I have JT McKay with me over here. JT plays wide receiver, safety. JT's had an amazing season for us. He has a lot of interceptions. I think I lost count of how many interceptions he has. At least a dozen, right? He's taken about maybe 2 or 3 of them to the house for pick sixes. He's got a lot of touchdown catches. Once
He plays above his age.
he does a really good job of catching with his hands. He does a really good job of getting the ball at its highest point. And couldn't be more proud of how much he's helped us win a lot of games this season. So JT.
JT, how you feeling? Did you hear any of that diatribe? Tell me what kind of a player you are.
I'm a very good player.
And you strictly defensive? Your safety is all I heard.
Yes, sir.
Is that so? You just focus on
No,
lighting
receiver.
people up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. I mean,
try.
so talk about this Bengal. Talk about your team. What do you think is the best part of this Bengals team?
That we're very cooperative.
It's a good word.
We work together and win games.
By the way, winning games matters.
And we
doesn't it?
do win games. We're 7-0. So he's right about that.
So what's the key to you? How many rings do you already have in this league?
None.
None?
Wow.
How many are you going to have at the end of this year?
One.
There you go. You
like
got to
it.
start with one, right? What's it going to take for your Bengals team to win the Super Bowl? Winning?
Score more points.
Score
than
more
the other
points
team.
than the other team? How many pick sixes are you going to get over the next Saturday and Sunday?
I'll say about 3.
3.
Wow.
That's a good number. John, you know this league, you know this division better than anybody else. You're obviously the 1 seed. Texans are the 2. And then you've got the Bills, the Vikings, the Titans, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Talk about this division.
So it is a little bit of a smaller division with it only being 6 teams. It's the 8U competitive division, so it was supposed to have some of the better talent among the 8U kids in our league. Our kids
That's a job of just about every.
except for one has really been lopsided victories for us, and that's not me throwing shade at the other teams. It's really a testament to how well my kids have progressed during the year. We harp on them in practice, the fundamentals of, hey, you got to watch the ball. Don't jump off sides, pulling flags the right way, or safeties, not letting anything behind them on the long ball. And just everybody doing their job and worrying about themselves, versus worrying about what the guy next to him is doing. And all that put together, and our kids have done a great job of just going out there and executing and winning games. And I mean, our offense is on point, our defense is on point. There's a lot of games where our defense doesn't let up any points. There's been games where our defense barely lets up a first down. My assistant coach, Jerry Weatherington, who runs our defense, he's done a great job with those kids on the defensive
True
side
leader
of the
of the team.
Yeah,
by most accounts.
yeah.
Probably the real.
You know,
Some consider him the real brains behind the operation.
I asked you about the
Everybody.
rest of the division, and you just went on another diatribe about the Bengals. So we'll bring in Matt Moser, the GOAT. Matty,
Yeah, I would like to ask John. I witnessed his team this weekend, and here's the only chink to the armor with John is all his play. Like he gives me his play, they're all deep passes. You
Not
gotta,
true.
You gotta
Not true.
let
There's
Luke.
no layers.
You gotta let
There's
Luke.
no- yeah.
He's so accurate. John's dialing up bombs after
You know
bomb
why?
after
You know
bomb,
why?
man.
'Cause
I'm
he was
like,
a-
check it down.
now he'll be quick to tell you he won a national championship in college.
Oh yeah, I know he's the best.
You know what he was?
Right?
He was a blocking wide receiver at Mount Union, and he was ferocious. Apparently, I mean,
Yeah.
by all accounts, if you YouTube him, what you see are blocking.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then-
the best
and then
blocking receiver you've ever met.
Him on the training table with his ankle. There are a few joys I have in this world at this point in my old age.
Yeah.
Watching him walk upstairs is one of them.
Hey, when you got a guy like JT, that's all you got to do. You go
That's
deep.
right.
You go deep.
But look, I just
JT
I,
just wants to. By
Hey.
the way, you have one of the best celebrations. You mossed a kid, and I think you backpedaled, and you were like, "You can't catch me backpedaling." It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You like scoring on people? All right, that's
All right,
nice.
nice
It's an audio thing. You can speak.
Yes.
All right, there we go. We got a 3-letter answer.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, but that's the only thing. The only way John loses, he gets out of his game plan, just starts getting cocky, throwing bombs. I think.
What happens is him
I
and
think he's got
Weatherington
it-
start arguing
Yeah,
with each
that's
other
the
on
other
the
side of
sideline.
it. Have you and Jerry sought out couples counseling?
And
Possibly?
then Jerry is screaming at somebody
yeah.
on the sideline like 4 fields over. And I'm like,
But
Jerry, what are you doing?
I
heard what he said.
My other thing is, how can you take someone serious who's in a bright orange tracksuit?
can't.
I'm out. Listen, when John and Jerry showed up with the orange matching shoes, I'm like, yeah. Coach Dwayne and Billy and I are never doing that.
too far.
Yeah, it's taking
Too
it
far.
to another level.
So, John, I'm going to ask the question that I originally asked like 5 minutes ago. What is this division? And give me the what your thoughts are on this division without mentioning the Bengals.
That's tough. That's tough
Yeah.
for me to do.
Because there is no division without the Bengals.
Look, there's a couple of good teams in here that can give us some trouble if we are off our game. The Texans, the Bills, they've got some pretty good talent on those teams. The Bills actually gave us a really good game.
Sure did.
Towards the end of the year where we squeaked by with a 20-14 win. We were losing that game 14-12, and our kids in the second half did a good job of coming back and not letting up any points. But, I could see it coming down to one of those two teams in the championships. But then, of course, too, you can't sleep on some of those other teams because some of those other teams do have some pretty good players. I'll say this, the Vikings, who it seems we may see them in the second round, them or the Titans, but the Vikings have been getting better. The Titans, they're a young team. Stanley, a good player on that team. So hey, like we talked earlier, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, Johnny, get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Matt,
you.
let's break down this division.
Yeah, again, like I was
Who
saying.
are we rooting for John Ivory not to win?
I don't want John Ivory to win, but I feel this is the one division that there's not going to be an upset here. This is his to lose. Just like 15U girls is Pigney's to lose. Those are the two. To me, you might as well just give him the trophy.
Wow.
Well, 12U comp too.
Yeah.
Rob Allen's
14U.
winning. Rob Allen's winning that 100%.
Rob Allen's not here yet. How is that possible? I figured he'd be like the first one here at the bar.
Oh, he's probably getting that neck tattoo touched up.
Yeah, that's not good to put into a chat, by
Yeah.
the way. All right, well, that brings us up to and I apologize for not having multiple cameras that we had set up, 3 hours ago until John ruined it.
Yeah, I don't know. Why do we just don't go back to that? So
because
re-upload
because
it.
it's not live.
Yeah.
That was my option.
I don't.
You know?
They're saying we're not still not live.